This is the last Sunday in June. We're continuing, or July, whichever you prefer. Thank you. See, the kids gave Reverend Mike the day off so he could stay down here and make sure I say it right. And our theme for July is advocate for freedom of thought, and we do. And the value for the month of July is creativity, and creative we are. And today we're speaking about fully alive, fully free to complete this wonderful month. In The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker, we read, "We are in the mind inexhaustible. The infinite never rests on its laurels. It never stops creating for a moment. It expects us to do the same. It expects us to be fully alive, using our curiosity to feed new ideas into our consciousness." That's what we are here to do, and we do it all the time. And we're learning to do it more consciously, and more effectively, and more powerfully, and more positively. Because do you know, I think you probably know by now, that this wonderful creative power that we have, this great infinite creative intelligence in the universe, works in, through, and as each one of us, and we have choices in direction that it works. It works all the time. And the more conscious we are, the more caring and compassionate we are, the more constructive our thoughts, feelings, ideas are, the more beautifully our lives turn out. Spirit is infinite and eternal. That's a wonderful thing for us to remember, not only today, but every day. Spirit is infinite and eternal. Life does not begin when we land here on the planet. It does not end when we leave the planet. It is a continuum. And there is, as we can see, a major restructuring in human consciousness that's going on right now. Underneath is the eternal life, the infinite love, wisdom, and joy that are qualities of God that dwell within us as well. And the changes are taking place. Changes in our personal lives, changes in the banking systems, the medical systems, the educational systems, the political systems, changes going on out there. They have to, because that which is infinite and eternal can always, always be dependent upon. That which is temporarily going on out here shouldn't take up too much of our attention, because it's going to change. It's like the weather in Pennsylvania. Ooh, that was just a big win from Winnetka. Where is Winnetka anyway? It's in Illinois, okay. Whoops, there it is again. So we have a prominent part. We have an essential part in supporting beautiful new changes as things are deconstructing in a way, as systems are changing, and some of them, thank God, the systems are changing. We add our own divine, individualized expression of God's consciousness in this beautiful co-creative process to establish the changes in our personal lives and in the world that we desire. There's a great deal of joy in that. And even when tough things may be happening in our lives, the quality of joy is infinite. It is constant, and we can touch into that joy at any time and feel it. Even in the midst of discomfort, we can feel the joy of aliveness. And we can bring that consciousness of living fully alive and fully free into everything that we do. The greater aliveness results from exploring and realizing the brilliant new ideas and visions and mental equivalents. Reverend Mike and I are doing our very deep spiritual work right now. Thank God for it. Thank God for this teaching. Thank God for you and for us working together to remember who we truly are, to remember who everyone is, to remember that the one life is constant, that there is love and wisdom and joy abounding no matter where we are and no matter where anyone else might be. Fully alive and fully free. That's who we are and can become even more completely that authentic self that we are. That's who all of our beloved ones are who may have passed off the planet, fully alive, excuse me, and fully free. We know that the joy of God is forever available to us. Our intelligent creative activity mirrors, participates in, and fulfills the universal creative process. We are all here as part of the infinite, intelligent, wise, loving, and wonderful creative process. God says, "Let there be," and there is. We say, "Let there be," and there is. That is a great invocation. Let it be. It's not making anything happen. It's not dwelling in the world of effects. It is coming back to source and the joy of the creative process that we all have, that we're all invested in. And it involves becoming more conscious of our ability to use this creative intelligence in a beautiful, bountiful way that serves each other, that serves the greater humanity on this planet as well. We're part of a magnificent whole of humankind. We can't escape being one with the one, nor would we wish to. And we can't get out of being part of all of humankind, nor would we want to. Some of you are aware that, because I spoke of it last week, that Reverend Mike and I really desired with all of our hearts to be in El Paso tonight and tomorrow, and we're not able to go, but our hearts are there because they're having a beautiful gathering of faith leaders, clergy, congresspersons, joining in what they're calling Moral Monday at the Borderlands. And we wanted so much to go and stand with them. Well, we're standing with them today, and I'm inviting all of you to stand with us today as well. The Mass meeting is taking place tonight, and then the Moral Monday is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And our beloved Dr. Petrie and Reverend Karen from the Dallas Center for Spiritual Living are very much a part of this. The Moral Monday at the Borderlands is calling on moral leaders and people of faith whose conscience compels them to join us. And Dr. Petrie sent this out. I'd like to share it with you this morning. Standing for human decency at our borders. This is how we can use our creative intelligence. Dear Centers for Spiritual Living leaders, practitioners, and advocates of a world that works for everyone. During many moments in history, faith leaders have been responsible for causing significant and beneficial change toward those experiencing inhumane, unkind, and unjust conditions through conscious, peaceful actions. We have many examples of the power of this throughout recent history. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., along with public leaders such as Nelson Mandela. As faith leaders, we know we treat and move our feet. This is our moment to join a groundswell of voices and actions to take a stand for what is right, just, and humane at our borders. This Monday, July 29th, a group of 400-plus faith leaders, including a group of our own CSL ministers, will be standing for humanity on Moral Monday in a peaceful, nonviolent action called by Dr. William Barber at the detention centers in El Paso, Texas. Let us unite in prayer and consciousness with those faith leaders. Please join us in holding the high watch for a resolution that is for the highest good for everyone involved. And know with us that safety and love permeate this experience. Let us join together in individual and collective actions dictated by our consciousness that embody the qualities of inclusiveness, wholeness, safety, love, and peace for those at our borders. You can get involved by holding a prayer vigil, dialogue in your own community in support of our global vision. And this is it. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. We envision a world where each and every person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging, a world of peace and harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. Just as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned the beloved community, we can stand for that and more. And from the King Center, in the beloved community, poverty, hunger, and homelessness will not be tolerated because international standards of human decency will not allow it. Racism and all forms of discrimination, bigotry, and prejudice will be replaced by an all-inclusive spirit of sisterhood and brotherhood. Thank you for standing in our vision and empowering others to do so as well. Blessings. The Center for Spiritual Living, Spiritually Motivated Social Engagement Committee, Dr. Petra Wells, Co-Spiritual Director. We're designed to move ahead from anywhere we may be. If we feel lack or limitation or stuck or something that's just not going quite right, something that feels painful or something that we know is not just, we want to move ahead magnificently with life. Ever new, always creative, always creative. We are so creative. We need to understand and utilize this divine, creative, intelligent, loving, compassionate, wonderful power that we have. Ever new, positively alive, positively free. Today's meeting after our celebration, we're calling it the Big Leap, because it's an opportunity to truly move forward with this beloved community in new and beautiful ways. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to vision and implement a greater instrument through which spirit may be active in our individual lives, in the life of this beloved community, and in the greater community. Do you understand that there are many people out there who are looking for us and don't know yet where we are? Do you realize that we have the capacity to use this divine, creative, intelligent, loving, compassionate, marvelous activity to shine our light so brightly that finally they can find us? That we can make a difference in lives of people who may feel frustrated, who may feel limited, who may feel disenfranchisement, who may feel lack and loneliness, who may not be aware that there is a presence that's greater than we are, right where we are. That there's a power for good greater than we are, right where we are. And that we can connect even more deeply with this loving presence and feel the faith and the power and the possibility. And we can utilize this power for good in ways that are creating, co-creating. We're not doing it with our own hand. We're offering our hands to be used for good, to let spirit move through us to make a positive difference, to create heaven on earth, to co-create a world that works for everyone. My God, she's sounding like a preacher. And there's the Winnetka again. But it's true. So let's bring the fullness of life to our beloved community. Let's establish complete freedom in our own lives, in the life of this community, and in the greater world, to move beyond any false sense of limitation. God is not limited, so why do we ever fall into the mental trap of feeling lack or limitation or not enough or separation? None of it is true. We need to move back into the deeper truth that there is the divine life and nothing else. And that you and I were created from this life. And we were created to be co-creators. Let's do our divine job. Let's do the holy work that we came here to do. Is there some reparation that we need to do, some repairs of the world? Yes, but we're not going to get out there and fix things. We'll stand and take a stand for love. We'll take a stand for unity. We'll take a stand for peace, and we'll take a stand for power. But we're not going to try and rearrange the furniture. We're going to get a whole new concept. And we're going to work together and walk together and move together toward that new idea. Let's feel completely free of any false sense of limitation. And let's be the change we are ready to recreate in the world, co-create in our world. I also found that there is a wonderful agency in the borderland area that's doing wonderful work, going in and bringing sustenance and care and help to those who are not just immigrants, but refugees, doing some very fine work. And our beloved Linda has created some opportunities for Reverend Mike and I have donated to them because we know they're doing really good work down there. And you have opportunities to share in that if you wish. I know that there are some sort of flyers or something out there if you'd like to be a part of it. But we're in the process of beginning in mind. That's where everything begins, right? It begins in infinite mind, and it shows up in our world. You know, every beautiful plant began as a seed. Every fabulous idea began as an idea within the mind of each of us, within the mind of God, and fulfills itself in the world. Every beautiful child, like Henrik, who's taking his father on a walk right now, everyone began as a beautiful idea in the mind of God and fulfills itself. There is new life taking place all the time. Let's be a part of each solution. Let's be a part of this divine co-creation. Will you say with me, I am alive in the life of spirit. I am free to live creatively with joy, with wholeness and abundance, with love and enthusiasm. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson.